Hello dear students. In the last video lecture we talked about cell and we talked about EMF and its internal resistance. Today's lecture is also about cell and today is the last lecture regarding the cell. From the tomorrow we will talk about Wheatstone bridge and application of Wheatstone bridge. It will take 2 lectures and then after potentiometer and application of potentiometer it will take 2 more lectures. So basically 4 lectures are left in this chapter. Okay, after this chapter will be completed. Now let us start today's topic. Today's topic is combination of cells. Combination of cells. And as you know, there are 2 combinations possible. One is series combination and the second one is parallel combination. So let us go with series combination first of all. Suppose there are 2 cells and they are connected like this. Okay, negative of one is connected to positive of other. So in this manner, if the cells are connected, then they are called to be connected in series combination. Okay. Now just try to understand, if this EMF is E1, internal resistance R1, this EMF is E2, internal resistance R2, and they combinedly connected to an external resistance capital R. Okay, so this is what the series combination of cell looks like. So in this, if this is a point A, this is a point B, and this is a point C. So current obviously will move from A to external resistance. Let this point be D, let this point be E. So current will move from A to D, then E to C, then through the cell, and thereafter current will go like this. So basically this current will be flowing in the circuit anti-clockwise. Okay. Now if I want to write the potential difference between A and B, potential difference between A and B, VA minus VB, I want to write VA minus VB. In what manner I am supposed to write? So basically VA minus VB, you can say the potential difference across this cell, TPD of this cell. Basically it will be your V1. Okay, it will be your V1. V1 is TPD of first cell. I'll write at the bottom. And what will be the value of V1? It will be E1 minus, suppose the current flowing is capital I, so E1 minus I R1 according to the formula we have learnt yesterday. We have learnt that E is equal to V plus IR. So basically V is equal to what? E minus IR. So according to that I have written. Similarly, for this cell, we must write VB minus VC. VB minus VC. So it will be equal to V2, which is equal to E2 minus IR2. Is it clear? What are V1 and V2 are? V1 and V2 are TPDs of cells. Okay, what is TPD? TPD is terminal potential difference. Okay, now just add these 2 equations. Let this be the first equation, let this be the second equation. So here what we are going to have, VB and VB will be cancelled out and we are going to have VA minus VC, which is equal to V1 plus V2, which is equal to E1 plus E2, E1 plus E2 minus I, if you take common, it will become R1 plus R2. Okay. Now, this V1 plus V2, potential difference, what is that VA minus VC? A is connected to this end of the resistance, which is plus, and C is connected to this end of the resistance, which is minus. Why I am saying this? Because From here till here there is no resistance. So whatever be the voltage drop across capital R, that very voltage will be equal to VA minus VC. So basically, if across R, if we connect a voltmeter is a device which measures the voltage. So what this voltmeter reads? This voltmeter reads V. So in place of V1 plus V2, we should write capital V is equal to E1 plus E2 minus I R1 plus R2. Let this be equation number 3. I think 1, 2 I have made, so that equation is 3. Now let me write what is that V. V is the potential drop or potential difference across capital R. Okay. Now for equivalent cell, circuit will look alike. Only one cell will be there. Same resistance, capital R is connected to it. And what we see that capital R will have same potential drop V. Its equivalent EMF is E equivalent and it is R equivalent. So for equivalent cell, the equation will be like V is equal to E equivalent minus I into R equivalent. This is equation number 4. Okay. Now what you have to do, you have to just compare the equation number 3 and equation number 4. If you compare, then what will you find out? V and V, this is equal. Here it is E1 plus E2, here it is E equivalent. Here it is R1 plus R2, here it is R equivalent. So what we are supposed to write? We are supposed to write comparing equation 3 and 4. What we get? We get that E equivalent is equal to E1 plus E2 and R equivalent is equal to R1 plus R2. Is it clear? So these are the formulas for E equivalent, means equivalent EMF and equivalent internal resistance when the cells are connected in series combination. Okay, but you have to take care that here cell is connected in same orientation. When I say same orientation, yes, same polarization, I am saying. So what do I mean? I mean that negative of the first cell is connected to the positive of other, and positive of the first cell is connected to negative of the other. If cell are connected in reverse order, like this, if first cell is like this and the second cell is instead of like this, if it is like this, then what will happen? So instead of plus, it will be minus. Okay, instead of E1 plus E2, you should write E1 minus E2. The bigger EMF, okay, will be the dominating one, and the resultant EMF will be the bigger EMF minus the smaller EMF. If they are in same order, then simply EMFs are added. If they are in opposite order, then they are subtracted, and the bigger one dominates. So basically, bigger EMF minus smaller EMF will be the equivalent EMF. Okay. Now, let me apply some more concept over here. Let us generalize this formula. If n identical cells are connected in series, n identical cells are connected in series, then what will happen? So in that case, E equivalent will be E plus E plus E plus, so how many times? N times, because all the cells are identical. E equivalent in that case So it will be N into E. Then in that case, E equivalent will be N into E. Moreover, R equivalent will be so R plus R plus R plus how many times? N times, because N cells are there. So R equivalent will be N into R. So suppose this is the circuit. E equivalent, R equivalent and capital R is there, and current is obviously flowing in this direction. So for this circuit, what will be the value of current flowing in the circuit? Current equivalent or current flowing across capital R, which is basically what? External resistance. I is equal to, formula says, total EMF upon total resistance. If you remember, I is equal to E upon capital R plus a small r. So total EMF is what? N into E. And total resistance is what? Capital R plus NR. So this is the value of current which flows when n identical cells are connected in series. Now let us explore this formula more and let us try to understand in which condition series combination of cell is preferred. Okay. Now for denominator we will have two cases. Case 1, when capital R is very greater than NR. Okay, when they are comparable, then we'll use this formula. But some special cases are there that if capital R is greater than, very greater than NR, then NR will be neglected and I will be equal to what? N into E upon capital R. E is the EMF of one cell, R is the resistance of external resistance connected in the circuit. So basically E upon R, since R, small r is very less than capital R, it is neglected. If small r is neglected, then current will become E upon R. So in that case, it is the current given by one cell. It is the current given by one cell. If R is small r, means internal resistance is very less than capital R. So E upon capital R is the current given by one cell, and basically N is multiplied over here. So what we get? We get N times the current, N times the current passing, N times the current not passing given by one cell, given by one cell. Okay, so in this case the current is N times the current given by one cell, and case 2 is when R is very less than, capital R is very less than NR. So in that case what will happen? Then I will be equal to NE upon, capital R is neglected, so we will have NR, and N will be cancelled out, we will have E upon R. E upon R is current given by one cell. So current given by one cell. Okay, current given by one cell. So just see in this case, case 1, it is N times the current given by one cell, and the case 2 it is current given by one cell only. So what is the use of connecting so many cells when the current is given by one cell is the equivalent to the current which is flowing because of combination of cells. So basically when capital R is very small in compared to the internal resistance of the cell, then we don't use series combination, because the equivalent current will be current given by one cell only. Okay, but when the external resistance is very high, external load is very high, in that case we use series combination, because here the current is N times the current given by one cell. So this condition is preferable when R is greater than NR, R is very greater than NR, and into small r means internal resistance, then series combination of cell is preferred. In board examination you can have a question like this, okay, in which condition the series combination is preferred, in which condition the parallel combination is preferred. So basically this is the case. Okay, now let us start the parallel combination. Parallel combination of cell. It will take a lot of space, that's why that chapter name and chapter number is removed now. Okay. Now how that combination of circuit looks like, first of all, the circuit will be like this. One cell over here with its internal resistance, one cell over here with its internal resistance, and external resistance will be connected like this. Okay, this is the way the circuit looks like for parallel combination. Is it clear? Now for this cell, let its EMF be E1 and internal resistance R1. For this cell, let its EMF is E2 and internal resistance R2. Let this resistance is capital R, and let us connect a voltmeter over here which reads the voltage of capital R as V. Okay. Now cell E1 causes a current, say I1, cell E2 causes a current, say I2. I1 and I2, they both come over here and they cause an equivalent current, capital I. Capital I passes through capital R and it causes a potential drop of capital V. This is all about the circuit. Okay. Now for first cell, let this point be A, let this point be B. For first cell, VA minus VB, this is the branch in which the cell is connected, can be written as V because A, B are the points which are connected to the resistance also. Okay, which are connected to the resistance also. So whatever be the potential difference across R, it will be the potential difference between potential at point A and the potential at point B. Whatever be the potential difference across R, it will be the potential difference between the points potential at A and potential at B. So basically it is V. It is equal to what? E1 minus I1 R1. Current are different. In this branch current is I1, in this branch current is I2. Okay. From here, if we want to calculate the value of I1, to what it will be? Now E1 is transferred to that side, because of minus sign it will become E1 minus V upon small r1. Okay, are you able to understand? E1 is transferred to that side, minus, because of minus sign gets changes, r1 is divided over there, E1 minus V upon r1. Let this be your equation number 1. Okay. For second cell, again the same point I am going to take, because this point is also connected to second cell. So VA minus VB is equal to V is equal to E2 minus I2 R2. And from here, if we calculate the value of I2, it will be E2 minus V upon R2, as we have done in the first case. Okay, let this be your equation number 2. Now, for equivalent cell, what will be the circuit? A single cell will be there, which is equivalent to this combination, and a single resistance is there, which is capital R obviously. This cell is of EMF E equivalent and internal resistance R equivalent. Okay. Same amount of current, capital I, passes because of this equivalent cell. So for equivalent cell, the equation can be written as V is equal to, V is the potential difference across R. Okay. So V is equal to E equivalent minus I into R equivalent. From here, if we calculate the value of I, it will be E equivalent minus V upon R equivalent. This will be equation number 3. Okay. Now just try to understand. A simple logic is there. This current I1, this current I2, when they constitute to each other, when they add up to each other, they result a current I. So from the circuit we can easily write also I is equal to I1 plus I2. Now let us put the value of I1 and I2 from equation number 1, 2 and 3. The value of I is from here, it is E equivalent minus V upon R equivalent is equal to value of I1, E1 minus V upon R1. E1 minus V upon R1 plus second E2 minus V upon R2. Okay. Now just separate them. It will become E equivalent upon R equivalent minus V upon R equivalent is equal to E1 upon R1 plus E2 upon R2. Okay, we can write minus V if I take common, so we can write R1 plus R2. Okay, now just compare both sides. We just compare both sides. So what we are going to have, comparing both sides. In place of E equivalent upon R equivalent, it is E1 upon R1 plus E2 upon R2. So what we should write? E equivalent upon R equivalent is equal to E1 upon R1 plus E2 upon R2. This is the formula for E equivalent and R equivalent. Okay. This is why I am saying this is a formula, because you can generalize it. Suppose 3 cells are there. So then what will happen? Plus E3 upon R3. 4 cells are there. Again one will be added E4 upon R4. Is it clear? So this can be generalized, although this is not the formula. Okay. For 2 cells it is something else. We will discuss that. And one more thing. 1 upon R equivalent is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. Okay. 1 upon R equivalent is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. Okay, if 3 cells were there, then 1 upon R3 will be the another term. If 4 cells are there, 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3 plus 1 upon R4. It will go like this. Okay. Now from here, what we can write? R equivalent is equal to R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2. For 2 cell we can apply this. For 2 cell we can apply this R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2. For 3 cell, 4 cell it cannot be applied. Then in that case we have to go by this. Moreover, from this line also E equivalent upon R equivalent is equal to, if you take LCM, it will be R1 R2 E1 R2 plus E2 R1. Okay, E2 E1 R2 plus E2 R1. Okay, now I am going to remove the first part. Now from here, if we want to calculate the value of E equivalent, it will be E1 R2 plus E2 R1 upon R1 R2 whole multiplied with R equivalent. Basically this R equivalent is transferred to that side. Now E equivalent will be E1 R2 plus E2 R1 upon R1 plus R2. Sorry. It should be R2, R1, R2. So R1, R2, and it is multiplied with R equivalent. Value of R equivalent is this one. So it is R1, R2 upon R1 plus R2. R1, R2 will be cancelled out, and then we have formula of E equivalent. It is E1, R2 plus E2, R1 upon R1 plus R2. Some teachers, okay, since my community is only teachers only, so some teachers have this faith, have this belief that this is not in syllabus, this derivation is not in syllabus. Okay, when it is actually like that, it is not in syllabus, but there are some numericals for parallel combination of cell. So if you remember this one, this formula, so you can do the numerical within few seconds only. Okay, just put the values and you will have the value of E equivalent. If you don't know the formula, then you will go by the process. Okay, you will go by the process and it will take time. So basically, if you remember this result, it will be very easier, and that's why I used to tell this derivation. Okay, it has come in the board examination also. This derivation has come in the board examination also. Okay, but teachers used to treat it as a question, not as a part of syllabus. Is it clear? Means not as a derivation they used to take it. They used to see it as a question, parallel combination of cell. Okay, but general formula is this one. This is only for 2 cells. For 3 cells you cannot apply this one. Okay, E3 something and plus in the denominator it will be wrong. You cannot apply this one. General formula is this. General formula is this. When 2 cells are there, you can apply this. You can apply this. Is it clear? Now, as we have done in the first one, for n identical cells. For n identical cells. Okay, let us see. If n identical cells are connected in parallel, then what will happen? Then E equivalent upon R equivalent will be E upon R plus E upon R plus E upon R. How many times? N times. They are identical to their EMF is E, their internal resistance is smaller. What they are going to have? E equivalent upon R equivalent is equal to N times E upon R. Okay. Also, 1 upon R equivalent will be equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus how many times? N times. So it will become what? R equivalent is equal to, sorry, it should be R only now because they are identical, N upon R. Okay, or R equivalent is equal to what? R upon N. Okay, if you put this value over here, then if we put this value over here from above, we get E equivalent upon R equivalent is equal to NE upon R we have got. Now in place of R equivalent we can put R upon N. Let us transfer that side. So E equivalent is equal to NE upon R multiplied by R equivalent, and it is R upon N. So R and R will be cancelled out and N will be cancelled out. We will have E equivalent is equal to E only. Simply, there is no use. Okay, simply, if EMF is concerned, then if n identical cells are connected, then its EMF will be E only. Okay, its EMF will be E only. EMF will not be added, it will not be subtracted, it will be E only. Is it clear? Now, again there are two cases. Let us discuss the cases also. case 1. Let us try to find out first of all current, then only we can apply the case. Current flowing in the circuit will be, I am talking about this one, an identical cell only. So current flowing in the circuit will be I is equal to total EMF is what? E only, and total resistance is what? Capital R is external, R upon N is internal, and small r equivalent. Now if you take LCM, if you don't take LCM, let it be like this. Okay? Let it be like this. Or just take LCM. It will be easier for us. N upon E upon N capital R plus R. This will be the case, this will be the current. Now two cases are possible. Now two cases are possible. Let us discuss the case. Case 1. If capital R is very greater than small r by n. Okay, or this case can also be said as if n into capital R is very greater than small r. Same thing. Okay. So if capital R is greater than, then R upon N will be neglected, and what we are going to have? We are going to have E upon. This is neglected, so only R will be left. R. E is the EMF of one cell. R is the external resistance. So basically this is the current given by one cell. Okay? Current given by one cell. Case 2. If capital R is very less than R upon N, means the external resistance is very less. So in that case, I will be given as E, capital R is neglected, E upon R upon N, and will go in the numerator. It will N E upon small r. Okay? Now E upon small r is the current given by one cell, and it is multiplied with N. What we are supposed to write? Is it N times the current given by one cell. Okay, N times the current given by one cell. Is it clear? Now, which case is preferable? When you are supposed to connect the identical cells in parallel. When you are supposed to connect them. Okay, when you are supposed to connect. So just see in the case 1, it is actually current given by one cell only. But in the case 2, it is N times the current given by one cell. So in the case 2, we get maximum current, we get a larger value of current. So in this case, in this case, this parallel combination is preferable. Means case 2, when external load, external resistance is very less. And if you remember, just we have done for the series combination, when external resistance was very high, then we prefer series combination. And in this, when the external resistance is very less, then we prefer parallel combination. Okay? So if in the examination it is being asked when series combination is preferred, when parallel combination is preferred, so you must tell that in series combination when the external resistance is very high, and parallel combination when the external resistance is very less. To compare to what? Compare to internal resistance. Is it clear? So this is all about series and parallel combination of cells. Okay. One more combination is left. That is a mixed grouping. Series as well as in parallel. Let us do that also. So this is the mixed grouping of cell. More specifically, identical cells. All the cells are identical. All have EMF E. Okay, EMF of all cells. All cells means EMF of cell is equal to E. Internal resistance of cell is smaller. It is for all cells. Okay, each of them have EMF E and internal resistance is smaller. Now, in one row, suppose there are M cells. Okay, M cells. And how many rows are there? Suppose there are N rows. Right? Okay. In one row, there are M cells. And how many rows are there? So there are N rows. Now, equivalent EMF of one row will be equal to, in one row how many cells are there? M, and each of them having an EMF E and internal resistance smaller. So what we should write? M into E. Okay. How many rows are there? Now each row is having an equivalent EMF of ME. ME of this row, ME of this row, ME of this row, ME of this row. In each row will have an EMF of ME. And all the rows are connected in parallel. The equivalent EMF of all cell will be equivalent EMF of the circuit. In other words, net EMF. E equivalent will be M into E. Question number 1. Why I am writing M into E only? Just we have done few seconds before. There's a few seconds earlier that if parallel combination of N cells are connected, then the equivalent EMF was equal to E only. So here that one row is having ME, so N rows are there. So this N will not affect the equivalent EMF. How many rows are connected in parallel? It will not be a concern because the total EMF will be equal to EMF of one row only. Okay. Now let us go for the internal resistance. Internal resistance of one row will be M cells are there, so will be what? M into smaller. Okay, and there are how many rows? N rows. So total internal resistance will be will be 1 upon R equivalent is equal to 1 upon MR plus 1 upon MR plus so many times. How many times? N times. So what we are going to have? 1 upon R equivalent is equal to N upon MR. Or basically R equivalent is equal to MR upon N. This is your equation number 2. Okay. What is the total resistance of the circuit? Total resistance of the circuit. So this resistance is of this combination, and this combination is in series with capital R. So total resistance R equivalent will be equal to this resistance MR plus N plus capital R. Capital R is what? Your external resistance. Now we have total EMF. We have total resistance. Let it be question number 3. Okay. So what will be the current in the circuit? Current is given by capital I is equal to total EMF is what? ME. Total resistance is what? MR upon N plus capital R. If we take LCM in the denominator, then it will become I is equal to M in the numerator, so M into N into E upon M small r plus N capital R. So this is the case. Now this is the formula for total current when a circuit of identical cells are connected in grouping. Okay, this is the current. What is the most important part of this topic is the condition in which the current is maximum. The condition in which current is maximum. Let us derive that. For that, circuit will be removed. Okay, circuit is not required. In which condition the current will be maximum. So for maximum current, maximum I. What is I by the way? So I is M into N into E upon MR plus NR. This is the value of current. What we need that capital I needs to be I maximum. For this, MR plus N capital R needs to be minimum. Okay? Needs to be minimum. When it will be minimum? Okay? When this summation is minimum. Let us try to find out. MR plus N capital R can also be written as a mathematical analogy I am going to use. It can also be written as MR whole square plus NR under root whole square. Okay, we can write this. No problem with that. Now this can also be written as MR whole square plus NR whole square minus 2 under root MR NR also that's all we have done. Okay, plus 2 under root MR plus under root multiplied with N capital R. Okay, now this A square plus B square minus 2AB, it can be written as under root MR plus minus under root NR whole square plus 2 under root MR under root NR. Now what we need to do, we need to calculate the minimum value of this. Just see, here it is whole square, here it is under root. This under root cannot be negative. M and N are numbers, small r and capital R are resistances. They can never be negative. Okay, so this can never be negative. If they can be negative, then this under root will be imaginary. Okay, it cannot be there. So if we focus on this one, under root MR minus under root NR whole square, it is a whole square quantity. So minimum value of this one, if MR plus N capital R is minimum, then what we need to say, we must say that MR minus N capital R whole square should be 0, because it is a whole square quantity, it cannot be negative. So what minimum value it can have? 0. Okay, it is always non-negative. And if it is 0, it simply means that under root MR is equal to under root NR, or we can say that MR is equal to NR, or we can say that capital R is equal to MR by N. What is that capital R? Capital R is external resistance. What is that MR upon N? It is total internal resistance. So this is the condition. This is the condition in which the external, in which the current is maximum. And for current to be maximum, we need to understand that the external resistance is equal to what? Total internal resistance. Okay. So this is mixed grouping of cell. So this is all for the day. Numericals based on this are very easy. They are simply put the value, get the result type. Okay, they are simply put the value, get the result type. Nothing very difficult numericals are there. Okay, not numericals are difficult. Only you need to put the value and you need to get the result. So this is all for the day. This is all for the cell. Now in the next video lecture we'll talk about Wheatstone bridge. Then after application of Wheatstone bridge, 2 lectures will require. I'll try to put it in one lecture only. Then after potentiometer, and after that chapter will be over. Okay. So this is all for the day. Thank you.